Hello and welcome to Death Rants, a Metalocalypse podcast. Broadcasting from Mordhouse, we're here to dissect animation's most brutal show. I'm Mono, and deep down I'm worried I have nothing left to say. And she's Ciara, and she's known within the industry as a hard-headed battleaxe.
I don't know about the battleaxe. Hard-headed, yes.
Well, no comment. I'm not particularly worried about not having anything to say. I'll always have something to say.
Yeah, you could talk to the fucking wall.
Yep, I definitely don't have the writer's block that Nathan has.
No.
In this episode.
No.
That now, whose title makes a little bit more sense. Because I was like, Writersklok? What has Writersklok got to do with it? Yeah, it's writer's block. Yeah. So yeah, that's what the episode is. Season 4, episode 6, Writersklok. And yeah, Nathan has writer's block. And a sandwich.
Because, they're still kind of in recession mode.
Yeah,
they're also incredibly in debt.
But the world at large either seems to be waiting for, throughout the entire run of the show, it's either waiting for an album and the economy is going to be, in shit until the album comes out, or an album has just been released and the economy is doing great. Yeah. It's one or the other. But before we jump into it, will we go for our usual summary?
Yes.
Deathclock aren't able to write any new material due to Nathan's writer's block, so the label fires Knubbler and sends in a new producer. The band immediately decide they don't like her because she's a lady, that is until she sends them on a nice relaxing holiday.
Yeah, well, it opens with some more Werner Herzog narration.
Yeah, some more of her narration.
And images of...
Well, there's something actually happens as he narrates this time. It's not just kind of like...
a whale.
Yeah, it's not just a whale or like a kind of a
whale that speaks to Nathan.
But it's...
like moving artillery and...
Yeah, well, they seem to be mining something. A whole bunch of soldiers are mining something. And then a bunch of Crozier's guys come in and kill them all and take whatever they were doing. Yeah. It's all very vague. Because at first I was like, aha, it's Falconback stuff. But then the other army burst in and shoot everybody. Yeah. And I was like, what? And you hear Salacia compliments Crozier on a job well done kind of thing. Yeah, and it's says, a bit odd. As we've said, I don't remember this season as well, so I can't remember where all the Falconback stuff goes at the end. Could go nowhere. That would be the tribunal, in fairness.
But then it goes to Nathan at a press conference where he's eating what looks like a beef sandwich.
Well, first it's brief news about the fact that they're still in a recession because there's no new album, and that this Sultan bloke is beheading a whole load of his employees because he doesn't have the money to pay for them anymore. Yeah. And then it's Nathan at his little press conference eating a sandwich.
Talking about how he has writer's block.
So it's out of his hands.
Yeah. And then we got him in the studio with Knubbler and his wonderful lyrics.
After the credits, he's singing into the mic. You know what? He's not singing, he's talking into the mic. Yeah. Because he can't even be
people getting hurt.
Growling. I was like, yeah, hurt yourself, fall down, hurt yourself badly.
Ow.
Ow, hurty, ow.
Ow, yeah.
Something along those lines.
Can we stop?
Yeah, he says he's not feeling it. Knubbler's like, hey, look, it was fine, it was good.
Like, it's enough. Usable.
Yeah, we could use it.
The girl on my lap really liked it, though. She was bouncing up and down, wasn't she?
She looks like she's about to say something, and I was like, no, you remember the rules, Amber.
No talking.
Pickles has a go at Nathan because they've been recording demos for 37 days. Yeah. Skwisgaar has, I think, possibly the best line of the episode. Yeah. Where he says that the two girls that he's with, Trinity and Quadrupity, also both enjoyed it. Yes. The girl on Murderface's lap doesn't look like she's enjoying anything. No. The poor thing, I don't blame her. She's got shafted in that case. And, well, metaphorically shafted. Yeah. Hopefully not literally, because Murderface, ew. And Nathan says that maybe he needs a blowjob, but first he needs lunch. Knubbler attempts to get him to
at least finish something. Yeah, and he's like, right, while we do this, and he's like, well, let's go from here. And he's like, no. Yeah, about
hurting stuff was good. He's like, no, about lunch.
About lunch. Do you want to try that place with the really good burritos? Pickles is like, Mexico?
Well, it's Toki who suggests it, but I like all the other guys have girls sitting on their laps. Yeah,
Toki's just got a bunny.
Sit there as happy as the rest of them with his little bunny.
With a bunny.
But before they can decide on lunch, and
they're going to have to put some more clothes on those sluts if they're going to take them out in public.
Yes, that's right.
And when it cuts back to Nathan, there's two girls rubbing up on him. Yeah. In the booth.
And then a phone we've never seen before rings.
Big evil spiky death phone.
Yeah. Well, it's just a normal phone sitting on a plinth that's all evil and spiky. And
you're like, oh no, that phone's never rang before.
No, it almost never rings. And when it does ring, somebody's about to get fired. Yeah. And we're all in Charles's office then. Charles is telling them that, Knubbler's about to get his ass fired. Yeah.
The studio are not, well, the record label are not happy.
They do kind of come to his defense in a little bit. At least Nathan does. He's like, hey, that's Dick Knubbler. You can't fire him.
Yeah, he's a legend.
And he is a legend.
And Knubbler's like, well, thank you, Nathan.
He's like, wait, but can they do that? And Charles tells them that basically,
they can.
Because of wrecking the previous album, they're massively in debt to the label, and they kind of have to do whatever the label says.
Yeah. So the label is firing Knubbler and replacing him with a new producer. Before
Charles tells them who it is, the tribunal tells us who it is.
Yeah.
It's a lady producer.
Yes.
Abigail something or other. I can't remember what it is.
It's a ridiculous name.
I'll get to it when we do guests because she's one of the guest voices. But yeah, Vader Orlog is talking about her, saying that she's your intro. She's known in the industry as a hard-headed battleaxe.
She's the record cleaner or whatever. That's her nickname.
Her unorthodox methods have led to some bands splitting up, and you see "Get the Hence" on screen.
Get the Hence.
But they think it might cause trouble because it's Deathclock and she's a lady, so they've brought in a misogyny expert.
Oh my god!
Who is very like the racism expert they had a few weeks ago.
Yeah, he's an expert in being misogynistic. Good god!
Props to the animation team because he looks super fucking sleazy. His little talk is hilarious, where he's going on about how...
He looks like... I can't remember what show it is, but they're like the brothers that are incestuous.
And It's Always Sunny.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just because he's got that big mole.
And but he has that look about him where he looks like he's always like greasy.
But at first, he's just talking about... It's kind of the same as with the racism expert. It doesn't seem too bad. He's talking about how most men in the workplace can only see women as like mother figures or potential sexual conquests.
Yeah.
And then he goes into it and he's like, it's particularly hard for the super hot chicks.
Yeah.
Because in general, bitches have trouble getting respect in the workplace, even if they're good at their job, which they rarely are. But the whole time that there's...
the
animations are just so funny, particularly when he's talking about the super hot bitches. And there's a woman standing there with her arms crossed. And there's two lads in the background, and one of them is just thrusting at her. And the other one is like motorboating imaginary boobs.
Yeah, he's like phantom motorboating.
It's just so funny looking. But then he says, that
and it really just paints men as idiot creatures.
Oh yeah, and they're
like,
not.
It is just men are fucking stupid.
Yeah, and they're not wrong.
Yeah.
And he finishes by saying that this sexy little buttercup is getting put in charge of Deathclock.
And the implication being that they would dominate her.
Well, I think the implication is they'll treat her much the same way as the idiots in his little speech will try and treat her. And that they'll just see her as like a potential sexual conquest or whatever. No inner tribunal this week, though.
No.
We're straight back to Mordhouse, where Abigail is trying to...
wrangle?
Yeah, well, she's like, you haven't produced anything so far. So, sort your shit out. Murderface tries to get her to go and get some drinks, to which she responds, well, you're the bass player, why don't you go and get them?
And they're all like, ooh, and in fairness, they're not wrong.
Well, yeah, it's a good burn, but then Nathan is immediately making obvious jokes about it being that time of the month.
Somebody's clearly on the period. Ooh.
At least Skwisgaar's like, sarcastically is like, oh yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
But then she's like, tell me about your daily routine. Well,
Skwisgaar doesn't mind a red wedding, so...
Skwisgaar also is probably the least sexist of the... Well, no, it's probably Toki. But after Toki, it's probably Skwisgaar.
Toki is basically asexual, so I don't...
Well, no, Toki does have sex. He's just not as concerned with groupies as the rest of them.
Yeah.
But their daily routine, their little...
Oh my god, they wake up at 2
montage. They wake up at 2 p.m, 5.
Oh, the 5 of them, and it's just... Everyone else is either like passed out or surrounded by women or in a pool of their own vomit, pickles.
Yeah. Hugging the toilet.
Yeah.
And Toki's just asleep with a little sleep mask on.
And his teddy bear. They get up at about 2. I can't remember what they do, but then they have a nap. There's many naps.
They jerk it. They have They have a fancy breakfast.
And then they...
Pickles has cinnamon buns.
Yes, he does.
Then they have a nap. Then they wake up, I think, and jerk it. And then they have another little nap.
And then they might make it to the studio.
But they're often at the studio so late it's nearly bedtime and they're tired. So they just go back to bed again.
Yeah. So that's their day.
So Abigail tells them that their process is fucked.
Yeah.
And Nathan's like, hey, can we have a word in private?
And he's like, this is my band. And she's like, basically, like, you're all burnt out.
Yeah, she kind of puts the foot down and is like, you're all burnt out and you are afraid that you've got nothing left to say.
Yeah. She's like, don't worry.
So I'm going to send you on a holiday.
Yeah, because everyone else bursts in and he's like, this is supposed to be a private conversation.
Yeah, as soon as she mentions the holiday, they're all like, woohoo, holiday. And he's
Are we going to Knott's Berry Farm?
Yeah. Nobody mentioned Knott's Berry Farm. But yeah, Nathan's
I'm surprised it's not Disneyland.
No, we've already had the Disneyland gag. So Nathan's like, yeah, it's supposed to be a private conversation. Can you just fuck off? And just takes out his phone in front of her. And she's like, who are you calling? And we find out it's Knubbler. Yeah. And they have a not so secret meeting at Bursum's. Yeah. Which is where all the secret meetings happen.
Yeah, because she's like, basically, I've booked, she's on a flight, you just have to be on a plane tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're all happy with it. Nathan's not super happy.
I like how whenever there's a secret meeting at Bursum's, you have to show up in a tracksuit.
Yes.
Well, unless you're Nathan. But when
Nathan's always wearing a hat and glasses, but yeah, it's always the same. But when
Crozier and
the Bishop dude, the Cardinal.
Yeah, Cardinal Ravenwood met, they were both in tracksuits with hats on.
Yeah, but the Cardinal's tracksuit was awesome looking.
But Nathan has a plan to get Knubbler back in. Yeah. Which is work on the demos. Well, first, Knubbler thinks he wants
to seduce her and...
No, he thinks to kill her first. Yeah. He's like, oh my God, Nathan, I can't believe you're suggesting, but I may know some people.
Yeah.
But then,
he does.
After Nathan's like, no, I just want you to work on the demos that we do have, get something usable out of them and send it to the record label. And he's like, gotcha. I know how to work with women. I'll totally seduce her. And he's like, that's not what I said.
You're terrible with women.
Yeah, you're terrible with women, and that's not what I want you to do. And he's like, okay, gotcha. Secret message received.
Wink, wink. And I love how his eyes go from like green to red and stuff. Yeah. I just love Knubbler's eyes. He gets better when after his eyes explode.
Yes. Well, I mean, initially that was the first, when Knubbler gets sent in, they're like, no, we're getting an outside producer, this guy sucks. And then they end up liking him, and he sticks around for quite a while.
I'm going to have some Pop Rocks and Coke.
He's got an almost equally good line at the end of the episode as the Pop Rocks and Coke.
Yes, he does.
The band then do fly.
Well, we just see them on an airplane, and it's just Nathan and...
Pickles. With people on either side of them, and a little kid in between them.
Yeah, and apparently they're flying coach.
Yeah. They don't understand why.
Yeah, because Nathan's like, why are
they don't understand why all these people are on their plane. And they're like... And some random guy is like, it's always packed in coach.
And they're like, coach, this is how regular jack-offs fly.
Yeah, and then it widens out and you see...
The baby, Toki the lady with the baby starts crying. And they're like, what the hell, there's people just like shitting themselves in public.
Yeah, it widens out and you see Toki and...
Where's Pickles?
It's Pickles and Nathan are sitting in the middle.
Oh, right.
And then Murderface and Skwisgaar are sitting on the side. It's Toki that we think we don't see.
Yeah. Toki's probably up meeting the pilot.
Probably, yeah. They notice the call hostess button and think it's for...
calling groupies, because presumably that's what happens when they press it on their plane.
Well, doesn't Skwisgaar refer to it as the international sign for calling groupies?
Yeah.
Murderface pushes it and a stewardess appears almost immediately, which is pretty good for Coach. And
like,
she's like, what do you want? And he's like, I'm not going to lower myself by asking.
Yeah, I pressed the button. I'm not going to lower myself by asking for sex. And she's like, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Nathan's like, well, just get us some drinks and some food then. And she's like, Dad, look, nothing comes for free in Coach, ma'am.
Yeah.
He's like, ma'am.
Well, they all stop and are like, ma'am.
Yeah. Before they land, we get a brief little interlude of Knubbler working on his plan.
Yeah.
Which is...
He's taking her out to dinner. And he's trying to seduce her, and...
Well, she's like, I can't rehire you. It's not in my power. And he's like, hey, look, I know that. I just wanted to talk to you about something else.
And he's trying to, like, act all seductive with the candle.
Rubbing the edge of the candle and telling her that he's got something that fits nicely in a hot dog bun. And then sets his arm on fire. That's all that is. And the band have landed in...
Wherever. Blank.
Made-up-a-stan.
I don't know, but because they have long hair, everyone keeps mistaking them for ladies.
Yeah, because they're asking a baggage handler where their bags are.
And then it turns out they put no bags on the plane.
Yeah, Nathan's like, oh, I think I've just answered my own question.
Yeah, they also brought no money.
Yeah, well, they're getting catcalled by 3 Arab guys.
One of which is thrusting at them violently.
Yeah, another guy is like feigning jacking off.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is that? Why are they like
doing that?
And your man's like, oh, they've just never seen such beautiful ladies before.
And they're like, ladies? But yeah, so they have no money, but they're going to go get a hotel and something to eat.
Yeah.
And then we get day 1, them being turned away from a hotel. Day 3, them being turned away from a restaurant.
Yeah, it's just various hotels and restaurants turning them away.
They're eating out of a dumpster and they're looking a bit dishevelled.
And then day 7, they're arguing with each other about how crap this is.
And it's all because Nathan deleted...
Well, it's just Pickles and Nathan having a back and forth. And because Nathan's like, I said I was sorry. It's like, no, you didn't.
He's like, I have a problem with apologies.
Yeah. They're interrupted then by a van showing up.
Yeah.
These guys jump out, point guns at them, and tell them they all have to get in. And they get brought to Sultan...
Whatever his name
something
is.
or other. He's also a guest voice, so I'll attempt to pronounce it then. But Sultan something or other for now, with his giant cock.
The guy who had been beheading people at the start.
Yeah. I like how he's like, I've brought you here because I accidentally killed my band. Or accidentally beheaded my band.
And I'm bored of all my ladies.
I'm bored of all my ladies in my harem.
So I need fresh blood for my harem.
Yeah, so it's like, I need fresh blood. And you're like, oh, for his band? No. For his
harem.
And
he's talking to like whoever his assistant dude is and is like, have you ever seen
such beautiful sluts?
Yeah, and he's like, no, they are exquisite. And the lads are all like, what?
So it's like,
and they all have like stubble, and Murderface Fairplay is like, I have a mustache.
Yeah.
Like,
Nathan's like, listen to my voice, I'm a man.
Yeah.
Skwisgaar's like, yeah. Well, he says they're going to have to suck his dick, and that's when they're like, no, look, mustache, I'm a man, and we're Deathclock. And he's like, well, if you really are Deathclock, you'll have to play a new song.
A completely original song nobody's ever heard before.
Which is a shitty way to get somebody to prove that they're Deathclock.
Yeah.
Surely it would be like, play my favourite Deathclock song.
Yeah.
No, play a brand new Deathclock song that nobody's ever heard, or you'll have to suck my giant cock.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't say it's a giant cock, but the animation makes it pretty clear.
Yeah, and they're like, nah, fuck off. Or Nathan's like, I don't want this. Or Pickles turns around to Nathan and is like, oh no, we're going to have to write a new song. And Nathan's like, no, I don't want to. And then we just hear a zipping sound, and then they're playing.
Yeah, so
it's a fairly good...
it's the Metalocalypse version of that cliche of, I'm not going to do the thing, I'm not going to do the thing. Smash cut to them doing the thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, this time it's to avoid giving a blowjob to a giant penis.
Yeah.
So they play a song, and the ladies in the harem escape.
Yeah, they've staged a coup... assisted by the tiger.
Yes, yeah. Well, I mean, because when they're playing, you see the tiger just sitting there and all the ladies in the cage.
Yeah.
But yeah, they escape, kill a whole bunch of the guards.
They shoot them all in the dick.
Shoot them all in the dick, yeah. Butters would be proud, but Cameron wouldn't be impressed.
I forgot that Butters only shoots people in the dick.
Oh, dude, you shot him in the dick. Huh? That's not cool, Butters. You don't shoot a guy in the dick.
But yeah, they knock a giant pillar on top of the Sultan dude.
Yeah, and squish him. I really like the animation in it.
I was going to say, that animate the whole scene.
It reminds me of the Gears video.
It's more like almost psychedelic, but in a death metal way.
Yeah.
It's really fucking
like
cool.
Animation, yeah.
Particularly, when they all keep getting shot or stabbed in the dick.
God damn it, Butters! What did I say about shooting guys in the dick?
But yeah, it's just the band playing and all of the mayhem as the women escape and kill everybody.
Yeah.
After they're done playing, it cuts back to Mordhouse.
And Knubbler is playing his cleaned up demo for the new producer lady.
She says it sounds like the...
It sounds like the last desperate attempt
of a coke fiend. Or desperate... I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah.
It's accurate.
She's like, it's not good, but you're a hell of an engineer. So
I need one.
I need an engineer.
So you're hired, I guess.
And he's like, oh yeah, come here and give me... He goes in for a kiss and she just knees him in the nuts. And he falls over and says, here comes that pukey feeling that always happens. And chirp, and the episode is over. Now another kill count. Not quite as big as the one from Death Fair, but still decent.
Most of the guards, definitely that Sultan dude. And the dude who got his face eaten off by the tiger.
Yeah, so one guy gets sniped at the start, the very, very start of the episode. Then one person gets killed by the tiger. 10 guards get killed. Mm-hmm. And the Sultan. Yeah. So it's 13 for the kill count this week. And on to metal trivia.
I guess I didn't know all that stuff was metal.
So we see Burzums again.
Yay!
And the restaurant that Abigail and Knubbler go to is called the Mastodon.
Ah.
Yeah.
Upscale. Fancy.
Sultan can be both a title and a proper name. It's unclear whether Sotajumala is a self-appointed title, given there's no modern sultanates, but it's also a made-up country. Yeah. So I'm going to assume he's an actual sultan.
Yeah, as in the.
Yeah. This one I got a bit confused by. The country they end up in appears to be an older dystopian version of Kemed, in the sense that it's a fictional Islamic and or Arabic country that takes its cues from real ones. I was like, what the fuck is Kemet? That's a made-up Arab country in the adventures of Tintin.
Oh, right.
Yeah, why they didn't mention that?
Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, I'm just going to drop this in here like everybody knows what it is in the trivia section. Give us some extra trivia.
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, it's from Tintin. Sultan Sota Jamala appears to be partly based on Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, who famously had a harem of female bodyguards. And I'm like... They're not female bodyguards. They're just a locked up harem. I don't know why they think he's based on Gaddafi.
He would never have done that to his ladies. He respected the shit out of them. He was a horrible human, don't get me wrong, but... He was a bit afraid of his ladies.
Yeah.
They were the best of the best.
Yeah,
they're lethal.
I'm sure he probably did sleep with some of them, but that wasn't their primary function. No. They were bodyguards.
Yeah.
More likely, and it is mentioned in the trivia, is another possible source of inspiration is Uday Hussein, the son of Saddam Hussein.
Yeah, he had like 30 or something.
Well, he was known for abducting people like they got abducted.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to go into it. If you know anything about Uday, I don't need to tell you about Uday. He was a horrible bastard. And not fun trivia for this show. Battleaxe is usually a derogatory term just to describe a woman who is too outspoken, and the term was first used against women during the suffragette movement. Is it for women who are too outspoken?
No, battleaxe. It's normally somebody who's very like strict and
like
harsh.
overly strict and like mean and authoritarian rather than specifically outspoken. But then maybe if that was the initial term. But like it fits more for somebody who's particularly strict and harsh. Yeah. Because battleaxe, violence.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And you go up against her, you're not going to end well.
Knott's Berry Farm is a real attraction in California. The misogyny expert is ironically misogynist himself.
Yeah. It's kind of like the racism expert.
The racism expert, yeah. And then women of Islamic faith who wear burqas usually only wear them when out in public. So it's rather odd to see the imprisoned women wearing them in the palace.
They're in front of other men.
They say it's likely that the Sultan simply forces them to wear it. But in some more conservative...
They're in the public court.
Yeah. If they're in front of men, not of their household.
If it's to that level, it only refers to men that are of your household.
Yeah, that and the only time that you're supposed to remove it in the more conservative ones is when there's only other women present.
Yeah, when safe female spaces.
So that's the end of the trivia.
Yeah.
Again, kind of dry this week. Couple of guests this week. I know who you are. Abigail Rameldindrink.
Yes, producer lady.
Is Janine Garofalo.
Hey!
The misogynist expert, for some reason, is a captain. He's Captain Slufjeflacid. I also like how part of his name is flaccid.
Yeah.
It's flaccid, but flaccid.
Which is why he hates women.
And the Captain Slufjeflacid and Sultan Sota Jamala are Jon Hamm.
He have the massive dick.
Does he have a massive dick?
Yeah, Jon Hamm's dick imprint in his suit pants is probably more famous than him.
That's probably why the Sultan has that going on in the animation. Then
it's like a whole thing on sets of CSI and stuff like that.
Ah, right.
Yeah, Jon Hamm has a third leg, essentially.
CSI
or whatever the show is.
Mad Men?
No, is that whichever one he's in.
I don't know.
Yeah, that.
Werner Herzog.
I can hear you through the earwax.
No, that's...
Oh, no, that's not him.
That's Christopher Maloney.
He also has a giant hog.
Maybe that's what you were getting confused by.
Yeah.
Werner Herzog is back.
Yay! We knew that, but Werner's awesome.
The stewardess on the airplane is Frankie Ingracia.
Who's that?
She's been on it a couple of times. I think when they have like younger women and or when Lorraine Newman isn't available, she seems to do the voices. She was in Death Stars. She was the fucking slap happy producer's secretary.
Right.
She's been in a couple of other times.
The name was just familiar, and I was like, but who is that?
That one I remember.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait. Actually, I don't think that was her. I think that was Laura Silverman. She does other voices though, and that's it for guests. Actually, sorry. We have a song this week though. Again.
Yes.
We have Andromeda. Which is particularly the bit they use in the episode is very like groove metal-y, I find. And weirdly, I kind of feel like it sounds like it's off Death Album 1. Because a lot of it, not in a bad way, but like each of the Death albums has a distinct kind of feel. They're all Deathclock, but they each have a distinct kind of feel to them. And most of Death Album 3 sounds like Death Album 3, if that makes any sense. Whereas this song, I feel like it's a Death Album 1 kind of song.
It could have been a holdover that they just didn't have a use for.
I don't know, it could just be me being weird though.
Yeah.
Pretty cool song all the same though. So, most awesome moment of the episode then?
Oh, darn, that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Most awesome moment? Oh, probably the twin reveal.
Trinity and quadrinity.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
It's just the way he says it too, and the fact that the twins seem to be mad at each other.
Knubbler setting himself on fire is a close second.
Setting himself on fire is fucking
Those are
brilliant.
definitely the two biggest laughs of the episode.
Yeah, Knubbler setting himself on fire is brilliant as well.
How about most brutal?
Oh, that's brutal.
Most brutal, probably the misogyny dude.
Their hair is pretty bad.
The hair is hilariously bad, but just, when he's talking about how hot chicks have it extra bad, and it pulls back and there's just the two idiots in the background.
Yeah, his misogyny is pretty brutal. Like, obviously there's some actual brutality at the end with the women, like, shooting up all those guys, but
in
those
my
guys
mind,
deserve
that's
it.
justified.
Yeah, those guys inevitably deserve it, like, so. Yeah,
I'm okay with that. So, yeah, the dude being like, dumb chicks.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. All of them when
Knubbler's firing as well, but that wasn't that as brutal as it could have been.
The day 7 reveal when they're standing there and they have all the hair, it looks so funny. So, how about favourite quote then?
Don't quote me on that.
Falling down, hurt yourself, really get hurt.
Ow, that's really funny. Then later on, being like, I don't wanna, when they're talking about having to write a song or suck a dick.
Yeah. I do like Abigail's line about this sounds like the work of a desperate, coked out lunatic.
Yes.
But I think, for me, this week, Knubbler wins it with Here Comes the Pukey Feeling Always Happens. It's partly the delivery,
cool,
but yeah.
And again, Skwisgaar introducing the twins.
Yes, yeah. Trinity and her sister Quadrinity really enjoyed it. It's just... Oh, yeah. No, actually, I know. I'm going back to most brutal. Yeah. That poor girl sitting on Murderface's lap.
Oh yeah. She got the short straw.
And now to jump.
She's like, "Can I sit on Toki and give to?"
Yeah, she probably. Well, yeah, give the bunny to Murderface and not sit on Toki's lap, or both sit on Toki's lap.
Yeah, I like bunnies.
So yeah, to skip back forward then to banana stickers and Zaz.
There are two kinds of shows out there: those with and those without Zaz.
Give us a 7. It's kind of Deathclock at their groove back, which they have to do every now and again. It's like the Thunder Horse episode,
There's always.
But I feel like the Thunder Horse episode's kind of better.
There's also, I can't remember which episode in season 2 where they're having trouble writing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like kind of once a season there has to be a bit of a we can't write anything.
Back to our roots kind
writer's block. Yeah.
This time it was against their will.
I am inclined to give it maybe a 7.5 just because of that Quadrinity line. We have a little bit of Charles, but not enough Charles. Yeah. We got some class Knubbler.
Yeah.
Some class A Knubbler and some pretty funny lines. Deathclock being idiots, but yeah, it's probably not the best of them being idiots. So I think 7, 7.5. Kind of like
foisted on them. It's funnier when it's self-inflicted.
Yeah, and I assume that the whole reason that they got sent on coach to a country with no money and no bags was that was her plan all along, to let them experience some brutality so that they can get some inspiration. But I think 7.5. So I think that covers it for Writersklok.
Yeah, there's not much else going on in it.
Next week is Death Camp, where Toki goes to the rock camp. The Rockaroony fantasy camp.
Oh God, yeah, Jesus. The one that's like a piss take of the what was that? There is a couple of camps like it that are actually really, really cool that like Clapton and stuff go to.
The Simpsons have a piss take episode of it as well. It's like it's a rock and roll camp. You get to do it with some rock stars. I don't know. I always thought it was kind of weird. It's like it's a midlife crisis thing. Like I gotta go and be a rock star at this rock camp
with these guys.
Who are already famous. And
MTV's made.
I don't know. I always just imagine it kind of goes down like it does in the Simpsons episode. You go there and you pretend to be a rock star
for a day,
and then
or whatever.
At the end of the week, you play a song with all your rock friends in front of your family, like a little school play. Type
like
thing.
You go to adult camp.
Yeah, it seems a bit midlife crisisy and sad. But anyway, I'm sure we'll talk about it next week.
ML show. We're hardly one to judge on what's midlife crisis and sad.
This is not a midlife crisis.
No.
For starters, we've been doing it for 6 years nearly. And also, I don't think I'm cool. I'm not trying to be a rock star. No. I'm just talking about some of my favourite shows. I'm just trying to
survive.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I'm sure we'll get into it next week. But that covers it for Writersklok. As ever, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week, but in the meantime, if you want, you can head back and listen to our previous episodes or our other podcasts, Monorants the Boys and Monorants at the Movies. Or you can come and chat with us on Blue Sky at Death Rants, or send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. And we'll catch you all next week. Bye-bye.